Ladies at the Square. I am your host, Toni Ringgold, and I'm sitting with the beautiful, the amazing, just everything you could ever want in a woman, Miss Arri Price, honey. She is the owner of Madame MUA. She is an actress. She's a socialite. She does a whole lot in the community. And so we are talking about, we're having girl talk today, but I also want Arri to let everyone know, anyone that has a high school age daughter.
Yes. That would like to have them have a free makeover for prom in the Central Texas area. I will be doing one free makeover per high school in the area. And when it's closer to that time, I will be sending out posts, basically. So if you're not already on my page, make sure that you get on there. Arri Price, Pro MUA Stylist on Facebook. Send me a friend request. And you're going to be sending an entry in, basically telling me why this girl deserves a free makeover. And it's not income-based. Okay, so don't feel like, well, we got too much money there. No, this is about what these young ladies are doing in our community and what difference that they're making, and I want them to be rewarded for their efforts. Awesome. So I'm excited about that. So,
awesome.
Yeah.
So what all did they get?
They get a free makeover, and then they're also going to get a photo shoot right after that with their new look.
Ooh,
so
that's what I'm talking about.
Which is kind of cool. I just want these girls to really kind of, first of all, feel confident, and then second of all, feel empowered in their look and, and their experience, and just have that experience. A lot of us don't get that experience. If we couldn't afford it, or if it just wasn't a priority, we just don't have it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All righty. So getting right back into girl talk. So we talked about why as women we're so hard on one another, but there was another topic that you said, you know what, I'm going to hold off on that, but I wanted you to kind of jump into.
The other topic that I was thinking of was why sometimes we have this mentality like, you better not leave me. Right? Mm-hmm. When there's some guys that it's better if they did leave. You know what I mean? Like, we hold on. It's kind of like, you better not leave me. But the reality is you've already come to terms with some things in that situation that you really might be better off without that person. But sometimes as women, we hold on to them. And let's take it a little further. We give these men chance after chance after chance to fix their issues or concerns. But the women, we will cut off each other so quick. Did you see her look at me like that? She knew I walked in and didn't even speak to me. That's cool. I ain't talking to her anyway. We will cut people off just like that.
Yep.
And so, and I know that's a step further than what I'm saying, but why do we do that? Why do we keep re-engaging these men? Oh, I'm ready.
I have an answer for that. This stems from childhood. Let's talk about it. When you're a child, what are the toys that you get? You get a baby doll because you want to be a mommy. You look at all of the wedding pictures. Mm-hmm. You look at you play like you're getting married. Definitely. It's all about being a homemaker. You want to learn how to cook. They got the little kitchens so you can learn how to do all of those things. Mm-hmm. Basically, everything grooming you to be a what? Wife. Mm-hmm. Right? When you look at the young Barbies, yep. Barbie had to have a Ken, though. Barbie couldn't just be Barbie. She had to have Ken, all right? So then you have that. But when you look at the young boys, they get a lot of industrial stuff or occupational stuff. You see them playing with trucks and building things and using their mind and all of this type of stuff, right? We are groomed from an early age to think in our mind that once you get married, you have somehow arrived. Yes. You can be successful in every area of your life. You can have your finances together. You could be educated. You could be beautiful. You could be everything. But if you don't have a man, somehow, some way, it's like, oh, well, she hasn't fully arrived because she don't have a man on her arm. Yep. It's like you could go to Thanksgiving and everything pull up in a Benz, honey. Got your business on point. You could be on the cover of Forbes magazine, but your auntie gonna be like, so baby, when you getting married? Your mama, you gonna bring me some grandbabies? Do you have a man yet? Yes. We are conditioned to believe that if we don't have a man, somehow we're not whole. Yes. And I really feel like that's the reason why when we get one, we feel like we have to hold on to that person, hold on to that man, because, gosh, if I don't have a man, who am I? So that's my explanation.
Woo, honey, I can't do nothing but agree with that. I want to say amen. But, I mean, and I'm at that position in my life right now because I am not married. And I think that, and I'm going to tell you, complete transparency, guys. I do have that feeling sometimes. I have a business. I have my home. I have things to where I would feel like I'm kind of where I need to be. However, I feel like I'm missing my purpose. If that makes any sense. And that might be partially because I'm divorced, so I was married before.
And I'm divorced as well.
And I feel like that. I feel like I know I love to cater to my man. Like, I love checking on him, making sure he's eating, making sure he's good to go. I watched my mom for 35 years. Thank you, Jesus. My parents married for 35 years.
Whoop, whoop.
I watched them do that. I watched my mom take care of my father. I know what I'm supposed to do. I don't even enjoy cooking. This is crazy. I hate cooking, but I love cooking for my man.
Right.
Does that make sense? Like, I love cooking so he can actually be like, babe, that was so good. That was so good.
Watch him eat.
Yes.
I love to cook, and I love to watch him eat.
Yes.
When he eats my food, and I'm
like,
watching him enjoying it. Like, there's no greater feeling. I completely get it, and I completely understand, and I really, truly believe that that's one of the situations. It's like, you're just taught to feel like if you don't have a significant other, somehow or another, you haven't arrived. And it is a struggle. I am in a wonderful relationship. But before I got into that relationship, I definitely was alone. And I was alone after being married for a decade and having 3 children. You understand what I'm saying? So now, you know what one of the weirdest feelings for me was? Going out with my 3 kids. With now not having my wedding ring on because I'm not married anymore, and having folks look at me and be like, oh, she's one of those single mothers.
Wow, you know, I never even thought about it
that
like that. That
was one of the biggest things, because being for so long, when I was a married woman, people would, like, if I was with my kids, they would look at my hand. So I had this rock on my finger, so it was like, oh, okay, she's married. Then being a single mother after being married for so long, you're going into the grocery store, or you're going to take your kids shopping or doing something with the kids, and you're alone, and people are looking. I've gotten that. And that was one of my biggest. Isn't that crazy?
You know, I don't know why I never thought about it. I guess because military men, we're alone a lot.
Right.
When you're married to a military man, they're gone a lot. So we're always with the kids, and they're gone. And I guess that's why I never thought about that. But it is that way.
Yeah.
It definitely is that way. I think that, you know, it's like you have an explanation.
Yeah.
You don't have to say anything. I got an explanation.
I got my ring on.
This is my husband's kids, you know?
Yeah.
You know, so it makes sense. But I get that, and that sucks.
And being a single mother,
It sucks when I think about it.
being a single mother, you're often, you know, looked down on. The thing is, like, what happened? How did you fail? Why isn't the relationship together? It's a stigma that goes along with it. So a lot of times people feel like they have to be women, especially when women with children.
Yeah.
Feel like you need to be in a relationship. You need to have that family atmosphere or that family look. And so you stay in these relationships that aren't good, and you stay together for appearances, because you don't want to have to feel what it's like to have to be alone and have the world looking at you like you're crazy.
Failure. I'm like determined to succeed. I think that after my divorce, and hold on, read Tanya's comment. She said, "You're not missing anything. Been married 3 times. I find my peace in my alone time, but I love being in a relationship, just not all the time." And I can relate to that, because there's times when, I'm going to be honest with you, the advantage of living by yourself and not having to deal with somebody every day, that means I can come home, I can go into my home, and I can take off my shoes and take off my spot, and I can sit right there on the couch, and I don't care if my shoes are in the middle of the floor, because there's nobody else that I'm accountable to but me. So guess what? The shoes are going to stay there until I'm ready to move them, you know?
Yeah.
But when you're married, it's kind of like it's a systematic order that happens, and so it's kind of like, because you expect them to pick up their stuff, you got to pick up yours, and it's a different level of accountability. But what I was going to say was, I think one of the things that when we are trying to get this life together and we hold on, I, after divorce, did not want to fail again. I think I've held on to relationships I didn't need to, because I was like, I don't want to be a failure. Like, every time it's not going to work. I want it to work, you know? And so I feel like that's why I do. You put a lot into more effort.
I think, too, after divorce, you also go back into the mindset of, you have a lot of time to think. So me, when I got divorced, I was separated for a good amount of time. And the truth of the matter is, a lot of people didn't even know, because I didn't broadcast it. Even though he tried to throw shade on my name, I always took the high road. And I never broadcast my particular situation. So a lot of people didn't even know. Like, to this day, I have people come, how are you and your husband? I'm like, oh, no, honey, I'm divorced. And they do the whole big, oh, my God, like somebody died, you know, like it's a
mourning.
death. And I'm
not
like,
in mourning. I'm in celebration.
Yeah, like, honey, I know this is news to you, but this has been over. But what we do is we go back and we start thinking of all the things that we messed up on.
Yes.
So it's like, oh, well, you know, I did do this wrong. And, oh, you know, I could have been better at this. Well, I was gone a lot, so I'm just going to be home all the time. Or, you know, I didn't cook all the time. Well, I'm just going to cook up a storm. I'm about to be Martha Stewart up in here.
Exactly.
Like, you find yourself overcompensating for things because it's like, dang, I don't want to mess up again. So I completely agree with that.
Yeah.
If you're just tuned in, you are tuned in to Sundays at the Square. I am your host, Toni Ringgold, and I'm sitting here with the beautiful, the amazing Miss Arri Price. She is the owner of Madame MUA. She's also an actress. She's a personality as well. Just all kinds of things. And she has some great news for a high school girl.
Yes, who wants a free makeover for prom. I will be giving away one free makeover per Central Texas high school. So if you want to take advantage of that opportunity, make sure you send me a friend request at Arri Price, Pro MUA Stylist. And I will be making posts about 2 months where I'm going to request that you guys send me a write-up as to why this young lady deserves to win a free makeover and photo shoot for whatever they're doing in the community and what positive attributes they are contributing to their surrounding areas.
All right.
So I'm excited about that.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So let's get back into the girl talk.
Toni, I got something. Let me give this one.
Okay.
The expectations of women in this day and age, I think, is drastically overwhelming.
Ooh, give me some examples.
I feel like this is what let me tell y'all. I'm just going to be completely transparent with y'all. This is what I feel. I own my own business. I am an actress. I'm a mother. I have a lot going on. So sometimes at the end of the day, I'm tired. I'm not going to tell you that every single night that I'm going to come home and, for example, I'm not going to tell you that I make my bed every single day. There's a lot of days my bed doesn't get made. Now, I might pull the covers up, but I didn't do the whole ritual and stack the pillows and get it all right. It's a lot of days I'm not going to do that. But I feel like we work just as hard as our counterparts, as our men do. And instead of there being more of a team effort, sometimes I feel like it's like, well, I know that you worked and I know I work, but you still better cook, you still better clean, you still better do this. But what are you doing? Like,
what are the expectations?
Yes, you have all of these expectations, and then at the end of the day, you still expect me to financially contribute, but you're coming home and you get to sit down and you kick your feet up and you relax and you get catered to for the whole evening. And I feel like there's such a lack of teamwork when it comes to our expectations.
Well, I will have to say, I am very happy to be with somebody who is not like that.
You're blessed.
I am very blessed because he sees how now his biggest issue with me is that I work too much. Mm-hmm. My problem, and I'm working on it, I'm just being honest, is a lot of times I bring work home. Mm-hmm. And he's wanting me.
Of course.
And time with me. So I'll come home, and if you guys know what I do, a lot of what I do is on social media.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm constantly posting on Facebook. I'm constantly sharing. I'm constantly this, constantly that, and he's like, look, can you clock out? You know what I mean? But I will say that he does help cook. He helps clean, and we are a team. I need to figure out how can I find the balance, because when you are an entrepreneur, the hustle and bustle is real. And you want so bad to be on top of your game that a lot of times you do find yourself kind of like.
Am I wrong to say that I really, like, in my pursuit of happiness, I really wanted to be with an entrepreneur also? Because I felt like they get it.
Yeah.
Like, when I've dated guys that were just as ambitious as I am, it seems like they get it. Like, we could be sitting on the couch and we're both on social media. We're both doing this. We're both doing that. And they're like, I get it. They don't trip. You know what I mean? Versus, I think guys that...
I feel that way. No, I used to feel that way until I got with somebody who was the opposite. Mm-hmm. Because it is definitely a give and take and a push and pull. Yeah. He's a homebody. I'm dragging him out.
Yes.
He's a completely different person. But what he does do for me is he does offer me balance. Because it If I was with an entrepreneur, which he is actually does, he does have his own business.
I forgot about that. Yes, he does.
But it's like for him, he could throw his phone and I pick it up, and he's good with that. Most of the time, I'm the one making his appointments.
I think I would have a few. Like,
but yeah, like
yeah.
What I'm saying is that I feel like if I was with someone that was just as much of a hustler as I was, I don't know how long that relationship would last because we really wouldn't spend time with each other.
I think it's just, like I said, I guess I really wish I could find that balance because I guess I have dated guys that weren't entrepreneurs and I didn't feel like I had a level of understanding. I felt like it was more like, you're never here. When you're here, you're tired. When you're this, and I'm just like, for me, I can't help that you go and you leave work at 4. Like, I'm sorry that your end of your day was at 4. Mine isn't going to end till 9 or 7 or 8 or whatever time.
And then I'm like on the Facebook analytics, but the peak time is around 7 p.m.
Yes.
So I got to.
Of course. Like, and I know what time I got to go live. And, and this is important. And then when I go live, I need silence.
Yes.
It's stuff like that. And my thing is, at the end of the day, I guess it is a balance, but I just haven't found it yet. As far as that, it's a fight still, I feel like. But, it's a challenge to find it. But when you do find it, I would say hold on to it, embrace it, marry him, marry her. Walk down all the aisles.
But I think the biggest thing to understand in all of this is that there is no perfect relationship.
None.
You can strive to get as close to perfection as possible, but there are going to be obstacles. I honestly feel like the way you handle the obstacles is what makes the difference if the relationship is going to work or not.
Definitely.
So if you come up against something and you react in a way that's, full of anger or upset, or you become petty or immature, that's what brings the damage in. I feel like the way that you talk to each other, the way that you handle the situations, that's what's going to make out of the relationship work or not work.
I completely agree with that. I think that you have to remember at the end of the day that maturity should end every battle. It should never be a time where you can't bounce back. Like, right. You should be able to always regroup and come back. And I'm going to say this. I posted this morning. I said, no human is perfect. I said, it's only required of you to love and accept yourself. And if others don't, that's their issue. I mean that because I'm flawed. Toni's flawed. Mm-hmm. Everybody is flawed that's tuning in currently. Okay. So whoever you deal with has to accept you as you are. Flawed. They can't expect you to live in this bubble of perfection that they can't even live in.
Right.
They couldn't exist in it. If you put the same standards on them, they could not account to it. So with that being said, it's a matter of being mature enough to say, this is what you bring to the table. This is what I bring to the table. Let's join these powers together and kill it. Let's not bring this and this, and I think you're doing this. I don't want you to do too much of this. That. Like it's too when you bump heads too much. And you can't regroup and recuperate from a fallout maturely, meaning, okay, I understand you need time to regroup, take an hour, take 2, call each other back, talk it through, whatever. But all the childishness and all the other bull crap and the subliminal posts and all the messiness, it's just, it's unnecessary and you can't take it back. Right. So once it's already there, you've already let people know this is how you handle things.
It's
when
like
I'm mad,
poking holes
this is how I'm going to act.
Yeah.
So
it's like poking holes in something. And before you know it, you've just ruined the whole thing.
You have.
There's no stability. It's putting cracks in the foundation.
Yeah. You
have to really, really be careful. And I have to learn. I've learned this. I tell people all the time. I actually put up a post last night and I took it down. When I was in my feelings. I said, I take the high road a whole lot. And a lot of things I don't even give my attention. But what I need you to know is there ain't no punk in me. And what I mean by that is a lot of times, we try to be mature and we take the high road. And sometimes people can take your kindness for weakness.
They do a lot.
So where I'm at right now is I'm learning the balance. Because, see, old Toni, Antonia was off the chain. She ain't had no sense. She didn't care, no filter. She said exactly how she felt. So what you gonna do? And that wasn't always the right way to handle things. So I made a conscious effort around 2010 that I was going to really go on this journey of just being a more level-headed person in situations. But I think sometimes we work so much on being mature and taking the high road that it's almost an avoidance of dealing with the situation. Because it's like, okay, well, I'm just going to take the high road. I'm not even going to worry about it. but
and
there's
then
still
think because you didn't address it, they got away with it.
They got away with it.
Mm-hmm.
There's definite issue there that the situation hasn't been confronted, and nothing is fixed or resolved.
Relationships, to me, are nothing but a series of compromise and forgiveness. That's it. Relationships are nothing to me but a series of compromises and forgiveness. You have two individual people from individual backgrounds that are joining together as one. We don't have the same morals, ethics. We don't share anything because we didn't share the same DNA. So because of that, we are joining together in different ways of living, thoughts, processes, and we're trying to mend and mold around each other. And that is a challenge. That's why no relationship is perfect. And some people feel like the more you fight, well, girl, you guys, if you fight, then that means you love each other because you come back. I understand the fighting and I get that. But my thing is, at the end of the day, it's like, sometimes you really have to figure out how to fix the issue.
You have to fight fair.
Oh, yes.
There's a way to get your point across. There's a way to argue your point, but being fair to one another. You can't come back and bring up the past. You can't throw low blows. You can't be disrespectful. Like, there is a way to fight and a way to get your point across, argue, debate, whatever you want to say it, without hurting the other person. And I think that that's one of the biggest things in this society. We have forgotten how to really love one another, and we really just have gotten it. Like, if you watch TV, it's all about, oh, I wish you would. I'm going to knock you out. Ain't nobody going to. It's all about respect, my respect. But nobody thinks about love anymore. Like, well, if I say that, like, is that going to hurt that other person?
And I have to do that.
What kind of damage am I doing? Even if I have, okay, to bring it to the Bible. The Bible says, be angry, but sin not.
Yeah.
You have a right to your feelings. You have a right to be upset. You have a right to have whatever. But you can't do it in a way that is going to hurt or harm the other party.
Exactly.
Because it makes no sense. You could be right all day, but if you're going and hurting the other person, you become just as wrong as they are, because two wrongs don't make a right.
They don't.
So I think that's one of the things, is learning how to communicate in a way that's effective. Because if we just go on a pissing match, and just start disrespecting each other and acting crazy.
And holding grudges.
And
that is so horrible. It's like you will never function if you keep holding on to grudges constantly within the confines of your relationship. Everybody's going to make mistakes. But if every other day it's, well, you did this and you did this, it's like if you keep doing that, you're never going to move yourself forward. Because just like you can point out flaws and issues in one person, they can point out flaws and issues with you.
Right.
So, and I have to do just like what Toni said. I have to literally say to myself, I'm not going to say that. If I say that, because I know my words can cut, and I don't have to use a cuss word. I know the things I can say that can just cut. So I have to literally say, you know what? I'm not going to even say that. Even though he may not have that level of respect for me. He might say it, but I know I'm strong enough to take it. You can do a lot of insulting with me, and I'm going to be all right at the end of the day. You know? So...
Listen, guys, we have gone over time because this is great. I love girl talk. Oh, we good. We're good. I want to thank everyone for tuning in today. This was definitely different. Y'all know usually I'm just doing the shows about, whatever events coming up, and we talk about those things. And, of course, Arri is coming in, and she is doing something great for the community. But I just want to thank you for just stopping. She literally dropped what she was doing today. It came in and hung out with your girl. Yay! So I want to thank you so much for doing that. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in to Sundays at the Square. You are so appreciated. You know, all of my listeners that, tune in, that, will inbox me or let me know what's going on. I'm telling you, guys are so appreciated. Y'all are what keep me going every week. So thank you again. Thank you again so much, Arri.
Thanks for having me.
Guys, make sure that you follow me on Facebook, Instagram at Toni Ringgold. That's ToniRinggold. You can also make sure that you like the page on Facebook, B106 Hip Hop and R&B. And also, please make sure that you go tune in to myb106.com, where you can check out this show and other shows just like it. All you have to do is click on the Sundays at the Square tab. Did you want to wrap up with anything?
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. And you guys make sure, if you're interested in that makeover, that you add me on Facebook at Arri Price, Pro MUA Stylist. And I just appreciate you following. And we have an upcoming event, February 1st, for
yes,
the ladies.
We do.
Called for ladies only. And it's definitely going to be a night filled of fun for ladies. So
yes,
we will put some more stuff out about that. But
yes, stay tuned. February 1st for ladies only. We're going to do all kinds of fun stuff, girl. We're even doing a dance class and everything. So I'm excited. So anyway, thank you guys. And you have a wonderful day, weekend. And most of all, please remember, there's enough sun for everyone to what? Shine.